Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Wave. We're back.
everybody.
Yay!
Welcome.
Yay.
Woo, we're here.
Hi.
Thank you so much for sticking with us. Had a little bit of a technical sticky wicket, but now we're back. This is the Demonplague, and I am James Nchikaso, your dungeon master. I go by he, him, and we are playing a fun D&D show, and we're back from break, and we have a super special guest, Dan Dillon, who is with us today. Dan, why don't you introduce yourself, let people know who you are, but we'll get to who you're playing after this.
Got it. Well, hi, everybody. I'm Dan Dillon. I'm a freelance game designer working pretty much exclusively on 5th edition D&D these days. I work mostly for Cobalt Press, as you can see there. I've also done some work for Wizards of the Coast, which I'm extremely grateful to have gotten to be part of. And so I use he, him pronouns, and yeah, that's me.
Excellent. And Rudy, who are you and who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Rudy Basso. Also he, him. I'm the co-owner of Don't Sweat the Podcast Network, which is the Twitch channel this is on. I'm playing Rain Bowie, a human monk. I just kicked a guy into a pit and he was impaled on Isabel's sword. Definitely one of the highlights of the campaign so far for me. That was pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm ready to kill Ilaria Walrus. Sorry, Elwarius, but I'm killing your character that James named after you.
Hopefully.
Lauren, who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I go by Obo Crazy Online. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond. Sorry, I have to show off the shirt.
Everybody is wearing their shirts for the thing they work on today.
Today it was shirt day. We decided to be shirt day. I am playing Rock, the Aarakocra Rogue. We both go by she, her. I am currently flying and really upset that I'm not in the rave that's going on in the pit.
Excellent. And TK, who are you and who are you playing?
It's TK, and I'm playing Isabel, and I'm going on 3 hours of sleep, feeling pretty good. I'm not wearing a shirt for my work. Instead, I'm wearing a shirt that's a pizza pentagram.
Whoa, a better shirt.
So I guess kind of my work.
So your religion then.
A pizzagram. Oh man, that sounds like really delicious food delivery.
Yes.
I'm not sorry. I'm looking forward to destroying Ilaria, even if I die in the process. Super excited. Just found out I can use Commander Strike to make Rock use her sneak attack. So
Excellent.
I might be a little excited about this too.
yeah.
Last but certainly not least, Robert Aducci, who are you and who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Robert Aducci, freelance game designer. I am playing Torsten Alehand, a human wizard cleric. I'm not wearing a shirt that I worked on, but I'm wearing a shirt that I'm super excited about because I lost a shirt like when I was at a convention. I thought I left it in the hotel, and it's like one of my favorite shirts. And then I just found it the other day, and I was super stoked about it.
Let's see. What is it?
It's just a T-shirt. I just like the shirt.
It looks very nice. It looks like a very nice T-shirt.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
listen.
looks like a soft fabric.
It is. Yeah, it's super. Yeah, I like
Those are the
it.
best.
Good.
Yeah. Well, my shirt is navy blue, and that is it. So I have no particular attachment to it, but I'm glad I'm wearing one. So we are going to jump right into the action because last we left our heroes, something very special had happened. So first you had spoken with Ralakai Gravemore, a necromancer who you've been looking for basically since the beginning of the campaign, and you cut a deal. The necromancer is going to continue to work on a cure for the Demonplague, this time without abducting human experiments, and you have a plan to meet back with him in the Star Elf Barrows in a month. You also lent him the services of Grant Ellington, a sort of volunteer, coerced volunteer, I guess, in the mission to help Ralakai find various subjects and ingredients he needs for the demon plague cure he is trying to create. Then you began to head back to the town, the village of Tomar's Crossing, where you are planning on meeting up with a druid ghost you had met before named Fairy Eye the Wise, about sort of how you were going to go about your next steps of taking care of this demon plague issue that seems to be plaguing the Luna Valley. Hey. But along the way, you were attacked by Ilaria Walrus, an old nemesis of yours, who is actually the niece of the village master of Tomar's Crossing. She had set a trap, and thank you to some wonderful bit donations, I was able to make you all fail your perception checks, and you wound up in pits and nets and things like that. At the moment, things stand thusly. Rock, you are free of your net, and you are flying around. Rain, you have managed to climb out of this pit.
Yes.
Still in the pit, Isabel, Gorf, and Torsten.
Gorf.
And now a dead individual who just got thrown into the pit. There are still two people who were firing crossbows into the pit with Ilaria, and Ilaria herself, who has been firing her crossbow at Rock. The pit is also filled with an acidic foam that is making you take acid damage every round. So things are truly in a great way, which is why we're going to pause the action and go to Dan.
Are you a
So
commercial break? What's
Where
going on?
I am sipping hot tea and eating delicious biscuits.
That's right. So Dan, you are making your way. Your character is making his way to Tomar's Crossing, and you are moving through the valley when you see a bird person, something that your character might even know as an Aarakocra. They hang out in the mountains around here. This one looks like as if a rock, like ROC, big rock, were transformed into a 5-foot tall bird woman. Has that appearance, and you also see a shirtless individual in the mud here. Is sparring with, not sparring, desperately trying to kill, I would say, two people. And you also see this pit, and then there's this other woman who is on the ground trying to fire crossbow bolts at the bird in the air. Yeah, and you can hear shouts coming from the pit, cries of pain, as it were. What would you like to do?
So, what time of day is it?
Right now it's like noon, middle of the day.
Got it. So broad daylight. Fantastic. I am going to go ahead and vanish using one of my delightful abilities that I don't know if you want me to spoil out loud right now, so I won't. I'm
Sure.
pretty sure you can figure out what I'm talking about. So I will approach in what should hopefully be a completely unnoticed manner.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of assess what the hell is going on over here.
Yeah, definitely. So you, as you get close and you disappear, you have heard tell of this group that is under attack, you realize. A friend of yours who is the same sort of physical manifestation as yourself, the same creature, told you about this group and about the good that they are planning to do here in the Luna Valley.
Got it.
Cool. So is that your turn?
So I figured I was a decent bit away. It takes me an action to do that, and then just moving up close and assessing.
Sure, moving up close.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Okay, excellent. Well, that means it is Rock's turn.
All right. I am super unhappy at Ilaria. I stare at her because I haven't had a chance to do this yet because the fight got so crazy and I need to break out of nets and everything. I need her to make a deception check.
All right. Let's see. So natural 1 for Ilaria. Off to a great start.
That's awesome. Well, then my 15 is definitely going to beat that, which means I now peer right into her movements and I know everything she's about to do, which means I get sneak attack as I shoot at her. So let's try to hit her.
Okay, go for it.
All right. It's a 21 versus AC.
21 will hit.
Awesome. So that's going to be 6, 10. Ooh. 27 piercing damage.
Oh, holy
I'm
crap.
super upset at her, and I rolled really well.
Okay. There we go. So yeah, you that is right in her gut. You hit this thing and she doubles over, barely almost dropping her crossbow as she like leans over into the mud and spits up some blood. And it is Isabel's. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll continue to fly not above the pit but over her and be like, this is dumb. Why are you doing this? Why would you come and do this now? Really like pissed off at her.
Isabel, you are in a pit full of foam. What would you like to do?
Muted. You're muted.
Why do you make it sound so fun when, in fact, this is not my favorite gay bar, and there's no bubble party. By the way, my favorite gay bar is Kiss in Nashville. Shout out to Kiss. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. Okay, there are people shooting at us, right?
Yes, yeah, there are. Well, they're engaged with Rain now. They were shooting.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. As long as they're not shooting at us. And this pit is 30 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not getting out of this pit. There's like no way I'll be able to climb up, but I can try and lift Torsten up.
Okay, I love it. So you want to lift him above the foam?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I imagine that Isabel is pretty short and petite, but what she's gonna do is she's gonna lower her shield and like kind of give him like a boost.
Nice.
Give him a boost up.
Nice. Yes, Torsten, the foam is about 3 feet deep in the ground, so you're able to give him a boost up, and he is no longer touching the foam.
Is there any way that I can like put weight behind it and like try and toss him so that he can jump, like assist him on his turn so he can jump out of the pit?
Sure, you could take the the help action.
Okay. Yes, I would like to. I would love to take the help action, and do that. I don't think I have any bonus actions.
Okay.
So
Rock
yeah,
would have told you all about this thing that she would have done in the circus, and so the two of you at least have been instructed. Oh yes, and then we used to do this and
tumbling act.
Yeah,
right. The big foam tumbling act.
Yeah. So that's what Isabel is going to do. Is going to do everything in her power to get their healer out of this pit and caustic foam.
Well, it's the moment you've been waiting for now. Then that means it's Rain Bowie's turn.
Shirtless moment.
Sorry, one moment. I just drank something, and that can be hard sometimes. Drinking things.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
Going down the wrong. Anyway, I'm engaged with two guys. Ilaria is not engaged with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying
Correct.
to think about what I want to do tactically. Okay. I'm gonna disengage using a key point for free.
Okay.
I can do that, and I'm gonna run over and attack Ilaria. Actually,
Okay.
I think if we
Go
take
for
her
it.
down, the others will crumble, and I'm gonna punch her, as I'm wont to do. Does
Boom.
a 12 hit her armor class?
A 12 does not hit her armor class.
Okay, I am spending a second key point to have 2 more unarmed attacks.
Okay.
Don't you attack twice in an action?
I do, but this is I get 2 attacks, and I can follow up an attack with a key point spend that gives me 2 more attacks.
So you take the attack action, which lets you attack twice.
Yes.
And then your key point lets you attack. So you can attack a total of 4.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
spend the key point
So
for
then this
3.
is okay, sorry. So this is my second attack action.
Gotcha.
17.
We've been on break, everybody. We've been on break. Give it a moment.
It's all good. It's all good. 17 hits.
Okay, cool. So that does 6 damage.
Okay. Nice. And then you get 2 more attacks
I
if you
do.
spend a key point, or
I
1
am.
if you don't.
I'm going to spend the key point.
Pummel her.
27 and 13.
The 27 hits.
Yeah. for 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, nice. So Ilaria takes a flying kick to the face, and then an uppercut, and is looking real bad. As we come to Torsten, it is your turn. You are being raised up out of the foam like a baptized individual. So
I will definitely take that boost because Torsten is good at many things. Being physically adept is not one of them. So I'm gonna try to crawl out with her help.
Okay, make an athletics check for that.
All right, here comes my -1. Oh, I rolled a natural 20 first roll.
Oh! Burr, 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 burr.
Yeah.
All right, so we're giving away a free PDF whenever someone rolls a natural 20 here on
Hey,
the Demonplague. Rudy, what should people enter?
Exclamation point happy 2019.
All right, exclamation point happy 2019 for a chance to win a free PDF, and we'll give that away at the end of the stream, so you can enter it now, between now and any point, but do it right now. Okay, so that is good news. You are able to crawl out of the pit, which has like these muddy, sticky walls, and so you find yourself like making your own handholds as you go. And luckily, they managed to hold Torsten as you get up to the top of this thing.
All right. I kind of look around. So we're fighting Ilaria, and who else is there? Other people?
Yeah, there are two other. In fact, right here at the top of the pit, there are two other lackeys that she had with her. They have crossbows in their hands, but they also have swords belted at their side.
All right. Well, as I kind of crawl up, I want to try to, I don't know, make myself unseen as much as possible. Kind of not draw attention to myself, I guess. And then I'm going to try to reach down and help Isabel as much as I can.
Go for it. Okay. Cool. So you're reaching down to help Isabel, and when you look down, out of the foam rises Gorf, singed.
Yes!
Terribly looking real bad, but Gorf rolls a 19 and manages to crawl out of the pit. So Dan, you notice coming out of the pit is this animated rug that has a symbol of Eldath, who is like a good god of nature and healing, on its chest. Looks a little maybe acid worn and muddy, but it is definitely moving under its own power as it crawls out of the pit.
Gorf is acid washed. Oh no.
Yeah. When it gets to the end of the pit, it sort of protectively hovers near Torsten. It's not hovering, but it's up on its end near Torsten. Has its tassels up, kind of in a Captain America, I could do this all day fighting stance.
All right. Cool.
And then at the end of the round, the foam is going to affect you, Isabel. So hang on here. So Isabel, you take 4 acid damage from the foam from sitting in there.
Okay, that's better than expected.
And let's see. So now it's their turn. So Rudy, Ilaria Walrus is going to engage with you.
Yes.
She draws a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other, and comes at you.
I say, did Bajalen send you?
So let's see. Her response will depend on how well she does here.
Okay.
Does a 23 obviously hits?
Yeah.
How about a 16?
16 does not hit.
Okay. And a natural 1 does not either. So you take 7 slashing damage as she slashes you across the chest. And she says, "I'm sorry. You have to die."
Oh.
And then Rock, 2 crossbow bolts come flying your way.
Oh, hi.
Actually, 1 crossbow bolt comes flying your way. Does a 19 hit your AC?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a crossbow bolt hits some of your bird meat for 1 piercing damage.
Okay, wait. If I uncanny dodge 1 point, what
Yep,
happens?
round it down, so it's 0.
I've been watching my monk friend enough, and I just swat it out of the air.
And good news, everybody. Torsten, I just rolled a natural 20 to hit you with a longsword.
Hey!
Yay!
Go ahead, enter exclamation point 2019. If you haven't yet, we're giving away 2 PDFs.
Happy 2019.
Happy 2019, Robert.
Welcome back.
Robert, you take 11 slashing damage.
Wow.
That is.
Oh.
I'm sorry about taking you out of the foam now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of.
I've got 4 hit points left.
Oh goodness gracious.
No, you don't. You take another 11 damage as you're hit with the
Whoa.
time.
Oh no!
Wait, so that was on top of the 11? I took 22?
Yeah, you took 22.
All right, I am definitely out. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back.
Yes, thanks.
How dare you punish our teamwork?
And then Gorf is hit.
Oh no.
I mean, who
Oh,
cares?
well.
Or can't heal us.
Wait, who's hitting Gorf?
That should be-
So they get 3 attacks, 2 with the long sword and 1 with the short sword. So
Oh.
this long sword comes down twice, knocking out Torsten, and then the short sword pierces through the symbol of Eldath, and Gorf falls into a lifeless heap on the ground.
Gorf, no!
So Gorf is also dying.
I'm telling
Actually-
on you. I'm gonna write a real early letter to Santa.
It's your turn, Dan.
Oh boy.
Dan, we're dying, Dan.
This is not going well. And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do at the moment. So, is there any sort of terrain nearby, close to the bad guys?
Yes, so they came around this giant hill of mud, basically.
Any like
and there's a pit.
trees or like broken walls or rocks or anything like that?
Yeah, there are a bunch of big boulders sort of
Okay.
sparsely placed.
I'll
around
go.
here.
I'll just sort of drift behind the nearest boulder that's close to the bad guys, and then I will shift back to the material plane, hopefully fully out of sight. Unfortunately, that's an action, so that's all I can do this turn. But
Okay.
Next turn, I'll be ready to spring into rescue mode, I guess.
Gotcha. Cool.
Stay alive, guys.
Are you trying to stay out of the bird person's vantage as well?
I don't much care about the bird person at the moment.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'm just gonna sort of, There's not much I can do about that. She's got altitude, so.
Cool. So at the moment of Gorth's being pierced, you also notice, Rock, behind a boulder. What does she notice, Dan?
So it's a little difficult to see at first. There's kind of a strange shimmer in the air, and then there's a figure standing there. How high up in the air are you?
I'm about, I think I said I was only about 15, 20 feet, but I do have
okay.
a passive perception of 19.
Got it. So great eyes and not very high at all. All right. So there is a what sort of looks like a human man, except he's greenish silver and translucent. You can see through him, and he just sort of fades into the terrain. And he's got his head cocked to the side. He looks old, very thin. His skin is pulled tight against his bones, and his hair is kind of lank and long and drifts. Almost like it's in water, sort of against the wind, and then like an unfelt sort of phantom breeze, and he just sort of fades into existence. And he has his head cocked to the side, and he's sort of looking. It almost looks like through the boulder towards the 2 things that just felled the human and the carpet.
Interesting. Well, if Torsten and Gorf hadn't gone down, I might do more about weird guy that just appeared over there. But I think what happens is Rock, like out of the corner of her eye, sees that mental note, but
Sure.
is so focused on this guy who took down my friends. She can do something dumb. I'd like to barrel into this dude and knock him into the pit.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
So
All right.
I basically fold my wings and just like I want to body slam this dude because he's on the edge of the pit because he was shooting into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
so
to
that's,
body slam. Yeah.
That's going to be an athletics check for you.
I know, but I will use my inspiration to get advantage on this
Okay.
horrible roll because I hate this dude. This dude has killed 2 of my friends.
Gotcha.
Isabel screams, "I believe in you!" from the pit.
Happens. Okay, so you said in athletics.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be an 8.
Okay, so yeah, you run into this person and boom, like bounce right off the heavy armor. They're like a big hulking human who turns around with this wicked grin when you bounce off of them.
Okay. Was that my action or is that a movement? What was that?
Yeah, that's part of the attack action to make a push attack
Okay. Then as
or shove attack.
a cunning action, I'm going to disengage from this dude.
Gotcha.
When I do that, can I grab Torsten and move him with me? Can I like bounce off this dude, grab Torsten by the scruff of the neck, and then be like, out of here?
Yeah, sure. So you're able to grab Torsten. You're gonna leave Gorf in a pile over there.
Yeah, I feel like I couldn't. I'm not strong enough to grab both, and
Yep.
I know Torsten can heal people. Gorf cannot.
Sure.
So
Okay.
it is with a heavy heart. I'm gonna drag Torsten at least away. Like, I'm fully aware I'm only probably gonna be able to drag him like 20, 30 feet, but away from the pit.
Gotcha. You are able to drag Torsten away from the pit. And Isabel, it is your turn now.
God, it's just me hanging out down here, huh?
Yeah.
Hanging out in the loneliest rave.
I mean, there's a corpse down there now too.
Oh yeah, there's a corpse, but I can't like climb on top of the corpse to climb out or anything. Ah, jeez. Fuck. I hate this. No, I don't hate this. I just I'm considering. Oh boy. See, I'm considering throwing down my longsword and pulling out the crossbow and shooting the guy up there. I'm concerned I won't be able to get my longsword back. Does it affect? Can I tell if the acid is like eating at my steel armor or if it's just?
It looks like it's eating your flesh.
Okay, just flesh, but not like steel.
Yeah. At the moment, it doesn't look
Cool.
like it's
Then
corroding
I
your
will.
armor.
I will throw down the longsword and go ahead and pull out. Because tossing the longsword and not resheathing and then pulling out the crossbow isn't a whole action, right?
Does this sword say anything as you throw it away? Do you hear anything in your head?
I will gently lay it down as it probably
Is there
like
laughing?
squeals when I like start to put it down. It's like, no, we were having a good time. I don't know.
You get the creepy laughing sword, right?
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and I'll shoot at I want to say he's turned his back to me, obviously, because he's looking at rock. Can I see him from where I am?
You can see him from where you are, yeah, because he's right at the edge. So.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and shoot at him with my light crossbow.
Go for it.
Back of the neck.
Oh no! Here it is. Plus, oh, I got a net 20.
All right,
There's
add
a
to
happy
that
one.
exclamation point, happy
Finally.
2019.
I'm so excited.
Go ahead, roll up that damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Where is my? I have not used a crossbow in a long time, so it's a D8. Where's my D8? Here it is. Oh, that's fine. That's cool. So it's only 2 damage. Oh,
Okay.
wait, but
Critical.
I do it again because critical. Oh, now it's 10 damage.
There we go. Hey.
And then I'm going to use my commander strike again until rock to attack whoever's up there. Attack the nearest person. So, if there is someone near you.
There's no one near me, but I can shortbow someone.
Right, you can use your short bow. I think it's got to be someone that you can see, TK.
Oh, someone I can see. Then I'll tell her to kill that guy.
Oh, okay. Then that makes it easy because I was like, do I shoot Ilaria and do I shoot the guy? But I will shoot the guy. All right. That's a 19.
A 19 hits.
All
right.
right.
Add 2 to your damage
And all my sneak attack because I get it.
There we go.
and your sneak attack.
Okay, so 6 10, 16, 20, 22 total.
22 total. Okay, so this guy takes a bolt to the back, and as his stomach thrusts out, that then also takes an arrow and puts him back in place. This is not a good pincushion time he's having here.
Man, I was really hoping that he'd fall into the foam with me. But that's
Rain,
okay.
What I was trying to do.
It's okay that he isn't, but I was kind of hoping.
Mm.
This is good
Rain,
too.
It is your turn.
I'm going to keep bashing Alaria.
Okay.
So first
Go for
attack, 12. Second attack, 12. I will use my final key point to once again do Flurry of Blows, getting another 2 attacks.
Boom.
19 and 27.
Yep, those both hit.
For a total of
Oh, go ahead.
16 damage total.
All right, Rudy,
Ah.
tell me what happens to Alaria.
Okay, so Alaria just slashed me with her sword across the chest, and I just like stood and stared at her and made eye contact and didn't even like to react to getting smashed. And I'm going to take her sword arm and wrench it back, and then come over the top with my elbow and elbow her in the face, knocking her unconscious but not dead.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, she is knocked out. Boom, cold on the ground.
And then I'm gonna yell, "Your leader is fallen! Surrender and we may let you live," to the 2 remaining bandits. Or whatever they are. Minions.
All right. Torsten, it is your turn. Make a death saving throw.
All right, I'll make a death saving throw here. 15.
Okay,
Good one.
15. I rolled a natural 1 for Gorf.
Bye, Gorf. Bye, Gorf.
That is 2
Bye, Rug.
failures for Gorf.
Oh no.
How do we stick a healing potion in a?
No. We're not wasting a healing potion on Rug.
Aw.
Brain isn't.
Okay.
Rock is.
You take another 4 damage from the foam, Isabel. And we are up to their turn.
Okay, but I
They-
look cool.
Both look at each other and start running. And they actually take off in opposite directions. One goes east, one goes west. And they just move 60 feet in those directions, booking it. And it is now your turn, Dan.
All right. Well, so they're taking off. So that's all the threats neutralized or bugging out.
Yes, definitely.
All right. And so there are 2 downed folks at the moment. One of them being carried by an Aarakocra, right?
Dragged.
The other
I
one is
don't
a
carry
rug.
anyone.
Yeah,
That one's
the
a
other...
rug. I don't know that I have much to say about a rug.
Agreed.
So, so I guess I'll just kind of float forward through the boulder that I appeared behind toward
okay.
the Aarakocra person, just kind of, and I'll have my hands out, kind of spread and open and with nothing in them, and I'll say, 1 second, I'm a friend of Feria. I've come to help. And I'll kind of float forward, and I will attempt to stabilize the bleeding fellow, if I may.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, Dan, go ahead and make a medicine check.
Sure.
Since you're a ghost, make this a charisma medicine
Ooh.
check.
Nice.
While he's doing that, does Rock believe him?
You can make an insight check.
I would love to, because, like, she saw this dude, but she has no idea, and she is super unhappy right now.
Sure.
Alright.
And Dan, also add 2 to that, because this is the thing you would probably be proficient in. So.
Okay. Cool.
I got a 17. Is he telling the truth?
Yeah, he's being quite sincere, although
Okay.
maybe hard to read since he is a spirit.
Fortunately, I'm good at reading people. Okay, so
Good.
there's this moment where she's gonna like slash out at you as you get close, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, good."
And as you cock your hand back, he kind of notes it with just a flick of his eyes, which are these sort of hollow pits in his head with these little gleams of green light. And he just sort of notes it and ignores it and sticks his hand into one of the wounds and just
Wow.
sort of concentrates for a moment and then pulls his hand out and the bleeding is stopped.
Boom.
I rolled
Cool.
a 18 total on that medicine check.
Nice. You've been stabilized, Torsten.
Hey.
And I kind of look at that, nod once, and say in this kind of hollow, echoing voice that has almost like this, like a second tone over it, and say, "Your friend will live." And I turn around and look for the others.
Good. Can you do that to the rug too?
And that'll be my turn.
Rock, it is your turn now.
Okay. Good. Can you do that to the rug too? So Torsten is stable.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know, Torsten probably has a potion of healing on some little, in one of his pouches or something.
Oh yeah, and Rock has 2. Rock's just
Right.
trying to figure out if she knows how to heal Gorf. Like,
You can see the gentle rise and fall of Torsten's chest does assure you that this spirit is correct. Torsten will live.
okay. Oh, I don't know if I want to help Gorf, but I don't know if I can. Isabel, are you still in the pit? And I'll run over to the side of the pit.
She is still in the pit.
Isabel is in fact still in the pit.
Okay. Rock would like to fly down, and I will use the help action to help her climb out of the pit because I cannot lift her.
Gotcha. Okay. Isabel, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm a pick up my long sword again and resheath it and
Oh.
try and climb out of this pit.
Okay, yeah, make an athletics check with advantage. Since
Cool.
You're being helped.
I'm
I was
like,
like, hey guys.
my wings are batting away the foam for you, basically.
+6. Oh, advantage.
Advantage. Yes. Yes.
That was worse. I got a 10.
Oh.
I'm proficient in this.
Oh, so it's a 10 total.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
So yeah, Rock is trying to like pull you up as you are scrambling, but you're just not able to make it. Rain, it is your turn. You have seen this ghost now come out of this rock and stick his hand into Torsten
Okay.
and heal Torsten. You see Gorf on the ground, and you see your enemies going the other way, and you hear sounds of struggling coming from the pit.
All right. I'll go and I'll try and stabilize the rug, which I don't even know. That's not medicine, is it?
That's cool. I'll
What's
hang out
sewing? What is sewing? The equivalent of or carpentry.
You drop the rug like to the
Oh,
You're
no.
fine.
and
You're
just hang him
fine.
over the side like a tapestry.
So, yeah, I think that's a good question. So it is a construct, right? So let's say, are you proficient with like Weaver's tools by any chance?
I am not proficient with Weaver's
I'm
tools.
gonna say it's an Arcana check.
Oh boy. Okie doke. When is Torsten's turn again? Is Torsten's turn before Gorf's turn?
So Torsten is before Gorf, yeah.
Okay. So
But
then.
I am stable,
He's
but
still
I'm not
unconscious,
conscious.
yeah.
Oh, you're still unconscious.
Drape the rug over him.
There, heal together. No, you're fine, Isabel, right? You're fine. You got lots of HP. You're tough. You're tough.
I mean, Rock is there trying to help.
I
so
figured Rock's handling that. I'm gonna handle this. I'm gonna make a bad Arcana check and try and save this rug that
Oh
is
my god.
my servant. I rolled a 4.
Cool. I'm
Okay.
glad actually.
My inspiration box is checked. I don't know.
So
Okay.
you have inspiration.
Then I will spend inspiration and re-roll that for a total of 8.
Okay. Well, you don't make things worse.
Nice.
But you have no idea, right, what you're doing, basically.
No.
And so you're like trying to like take fibers and weave them together, and you're not sure even to know like if Gorf is still in there at this point, that sort of thing. Torsten, on your turn, you're stable.
It's
Okay.
okay, Lauren. Don't be sad.
Gorf's turn. Here we go. 15.
Oh.
Lives for
Oh my
another
gosh,
6
I could
seconds.
tell that you were like really stressed out about that, Lauren. Like
There's
that
one
sigh
more
of
round.
relief.
Gorf is Rock's
Uh,
friend.
Literally more stressed than Torst.
So in
Because
the
I know
foam-
Torsten's stable. He's okay.
So Rock,
I'm
you're
crying.
flying above the foam, trying to pull up Isabel. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense. Or help Isabel get up. Like I think Rock is smart enough to basically like let herself be a ladder and an anchor point instead of trying to, because she has no strength. So I will continue to do that. And Isabel, hurry, people! I don't know what to do next. Come on! Out of foam! Now I'll
So
help action again.
I have foam
So
in my
Isabel, as you're trying to climb up, your foot slips out of your boot, and you take the full brunt of acid foam as you momentarily submerge your foot in acid, and you take 17 points of acid.
Whoa!
You know what? Cool.
That's
That's
a
a
lot
lot
more
more
than
than
4.
Four.
Whoops.
2d10,
Sorry.
Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 17.
Man.
I'll remember this.
Dan, welcome to the Demon Plague.
I'm telling
just
Lisa you're
lulling
bullying me.
Lulling
she
people
still
into a
alive?
false sense of security with that.
Oh,
film.
she's
Yeah, right.
she is conscious.
Okay.
I often say, who the hell wrote this adventure?
Incredibly unhappy but conscious.
You see the hench people are still just booking it, and it is your turn, Dan.
Okay. I mean, I assume they're dashing. They're a good ways away at this point. So,
Yeah, they're a good 120 feet away.
Okay, I don't much care about them anymore. So I'm not sure. God, what can I even do to help at this point? So in life, I was a wizard. Would I know anything about this sort of constructed creature that might be clinging to its existence? Is there any way I might be able to stem the bleed of its magical animus?
Yeah, you think if you go over there, you might be able to do essentially the same thing you did with Torsten
Okay.
and stitch it back together. This would be an Arcana check. Again, probably the same bonus because you would use Charisma.
Okay,
Being
cool.
ghost here.
Yeah, I will give that a shot. So I will float over to the carpet, hold my hands over it, and just sort of furrow my ethereal brow and kind of will the bleeding magical energies back into place into the weave.
Okay.
Hey, that's even better. That's 20.
Nice.
Yep.
So from your perspective, right, you can see sort of into the ethereal plane, and you can see pieces of the weave, this magical weave, come back together, and magic that was leaking out of this thing stops leaking. What you can see, Rain, is you see the ghost touches this thing, and the threads begin to just slowly kind of stitch back together as this spirit touches Gorf. And then you see Gorf's tassels just the tiniest bit move back and forth a little bit, almost like they're blowing in some wind that you can't see or feel.
Yeah, I loosened the jar for you there. The equivalent with the, magic for you, ghost guy. So good job.
The ghost will smile and say, "You did well."
Oh.
And then he'll kind of look over into the pit and then just like scrunch up his nose like he's got absolutely nothing for helping haul a half orc out of a hole.
Speaking of hauling a half orc out, Rock, it's still your turn.
I am trying to haul a half orc out of. I'm helping as much as I can. Help.
Maintain. Stay the course. Stay the
Yep.
course. Isabel, what would you like to do?
So I'm a little mad, James. It's not your fault, even though it is, because you're God in this world and you could have just chosen not to. I am going to use my second wind.
Go. Okay, great.
Ah.
Great. And you're also, climbing out is sort of like a move that you can
Yeah. Well, second wind is bonus action. So, 8 plus 7, so 15.
Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
ooh.
It's a lot of health.
Brock's helping you get out of this pit, and she just sees you start to dissolve, and then your eyes get really angry, and you just like will yourself health.
Yeah, I just like shake off the acid, just like, whoo, whoo, whoo. Like, you know, and like, never mind, none of you would know that actually. Actually, Robert might know when like your auntie is like getting mad, but she doesn't want to say real words yet, and she's like, okay. That's how she is. Okay, and now I'm gonna try and climb out this dang pit again.
Go for it.
Is athletics?
Athletics.
With advantage,
You've
I'm
got
still
advantage.
helping.
You're still being helped.
Okay, good. I'm just not having a good day. I got a 16.
Oh, 16
is that
is
good?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
thank
great. Yeah, you're able to.
There we go.
You're able to claw your way out with the help of Rock, who is sort of pulling you by the front of your armor.
Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. Is my shoe off now? Did I lose my
No,
shoe?
you got your shoe
Okay.
back on. It was one of those
Good.
like you slipped out for a moment and then
Oh my
managed.
god, good. Oh my-
So yeah, you come back on, and we're out of initiative at this point.
I'm gonna take that shoe off and whoop Alaria's ass with it.
Yeah.
I help pull you up and then immediately turn around and be like, okay, now somebody help Gorf, and run over and be like, are they okay? I don't know what to do. Are they okay?
You
Rug
can
will
see.
be fine.
There you go. The rug will be fine.
Yeah, we tag team it. Now he's all better. Us and me and my new friend who knows Faria the Wise. Was that her title? Everybody's got a title in your little gang, right? I believe one of them was like the Trixie and another one was the Quick or whatever. Or...
Yeah.
Which are you?
I am Elias the Learned.
Oh. Good to meet you too. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
He kind of looks down at the unconscious body in the pit and says, I'm not aware of these others. It seems you have brought trouble of your own here?
No, just bad people making stupid decisions. And meanwhile, Rock, seeing that now Gorf is going to be okay, will grab a healing potion and shove it into Torsten's mouth. Try to
At
get
that-
him
At that
actually
description,
conscious.
the ghost will nod and say, some things never change.
Excellent. So go ahead, Robert. You take a healing potion.
All right.
Do I roll that or you want to roll that?
Do
All right.
Yeah. What do you
Go for it.
what do you do? Someone heal this man.
That's 10. I rolled 2 4s. You get 10
Nice.
hit points back.
I'll take it.
Okay, so yeah, Torsten, your eyes come to, and now you see a ghost in front of you. Isabel, this is the first time you've seen the ghost too, being in the pit, who seems to be commiserating with bad people doing bad things with Rock, as Rock is taking a healing potion out of Torsten's mouth.
Okay. Well, Isabel has seen the other ghost, so she wouldn't be like too freaked out by it. But she's still gonna like kind of like out of the pit and then like do like a crab crawl like away and kind of like sit by herself for a minute and just, man, this sucked. Oh, where's Alaria?
Yeah, I'm going to walk out. I'm going to take out my scary dagger that I have and start walking towards Alaria because I want some answers. And
I am gonna slap her unconscious body with my shoe.
scary
Wow.
dagger is taken into
Okay.
account for getting answers.
Take off my flip flop.
And Torsten will kind of like, his eyes kind of shoot open because the last time he remembers it was a precarious situation. So my eyes kind of shoot open and I kind of crawl away, kind of look up at the ghost, but then kind of see that Rock is sort of calm and there's no immediate danger. And so I'll kind of start to get up and wipe myself off with the mud and kind of look at the ghost. Remember our previous interactions, and I'll say, hello, I'm Torsten.
I am Elias. So he's wearing like threadbare robes that, hello, cats, seem a bit tattered around the hems and the sleeves, and there's probably iconography on it that would look similar to the ghosts of this order that you guys have dealt with before. They've talked to some, right? James.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah. They've talked to Fairy Eye before.
Right.
Yeah. So you would recognize similar dress, as Rain has picked up already, and as it seems like everybody started to pick up on. Looks like this is. She mentioned that there were other ghost druids in the valley, so it looks like this.
And she had given us names too, so I think did we
Yeah.
recognize?
You recognize this is one of the names she had given to you.
Okay. Then Torsten will say, well met. Yes, we met Fairy Eye some time ago. What brings you to us?
Turning to Fairy Eye and stumbled across this altercation.
Oh well, this is good. We were going to meet up with her too at Fort Kickass. You can come along.
She left, actually, the fort. She disappeared into the woods, and she said she was looking for the other members of her order.
And then they were going to meet back in Tomar's.
I'm
Tomar's
unfamiliar
Crossing.
with Fort Kickass, but I was on my way to Tomar's Crossing.
Oh, Fort Kickass is where we found her. It's ours now. It's
We
fun.
saved her, actually. We didn't just find her. So,
Yeah,
My
Dan, you,
thanks.
What was the name of it?
Elias has never heard of a Fort Kickass, but
Fort
he
Frostfell.
did know.
Frostfell.
He did know
Yes.
that that Fairy Eye used to spend some time in a ruin called Fort Frostfell.
Got it. Oh, and that was a slip of the tongue on my part. I'm sorry. It's Elial with an L.
Oh, alive.
Mm.
Elial the Learned.
Looking around, does Isabel, do you look pretty damaged? Does anybody else look pretty damaged?
Let's see. If I had to do it on a scale of 1 to 60, I'm about a 23.
Oh, okay.
Only because of second wind. I was hanging out at an 8 for a little while.
I'm doing okay, but Torsten, you probably could use some help.
Yeah. I mean, are we in a place that we could take a short rest rather than spend some spells?
I mean, you're out in the open here. It's up to you. So it might be a good place if you want to question.
yeah, I was going to say, there's an interrogation scene happening very shortly. So,
Right.
that might take an hour. You guys can rest while I get to business.
If we have rope, we can dangle her over the side of the pit. Oh,
That is an
evil?
awesome
Is that
idea.
evil?
No, I'm in
Okay,
favor
cool.
of this. It's
Oh my God.
questionable,
Trying to be more
but that's
mindful
okay.
of my evil
Also-
suggestion.
It might be more difficult to talk to her if she is like 10 feet down. So let's keep her up here with us.
And was Ilaria, was she like a member of Tomar? Like, does she live in Tomar's Crossing? Do I know
She's-
her?
Actually
yeah.
saved her.
She's Bajalan's niece as well.
Yeah.
We found her
And-
ring. We
Yeah,
Sweet
yeah.
friend.
Her wedding
Yeah.
ring.
Oh yeah.
You overheard Bajalan telling, or you overheard her, not Bajalan, you overheard her saying to the people she attacked you with that you all needed to die in
Mhm.
your battle against the Knights, the
Mhm,
Order of the
mhm.
Last Bastion
Yeah, I
Knights.
remember
But that battle did not go very long because you all managed to subdue the leader and threaten to kill him. That sort of thing.
And she tortured my boyfriend. I'm just making sure that's a top priority here.
That's right.
It's
Her
important.
hand was burned. Yes. We should take that hand for.
Yeah, we
what
saved
she
her, and
did.
she's been nothing.
Oh,
but
that's. I was gonna say let's break all of her bones, but you said take that hand. I'm like, I
Mm.
don't. That's which one is more evil?
Both
I
of them.
mean,
both of them are
alright.
pretty evil.
Torsten, don't
we've
look.
been wronged. Yeah, Torsten, you need deniability. Go off into the woods and rest
Yeah.
or whatever.
You probably have to go to the bathroom by
Not
now.
missing T in this.
Rock,
So
So I guess,
Ghosts offer visual cover. I'm sorry. Stop.
so, like, do we want to drag her and get ourselves like just away from the pit, or are we staying near the pit during this short rest? Like,
I'm nervous that other people will fall in the pit. I want to. Is there dirt that
yeah,
pit
you
used
could
to be
take
a part
time
of?
to cover up the pit.
I think that's a good idea. Cover up the acid pit so no other travelers trip and fall
Should make
into
a
it.
sign. That's
It's
just
real muddy,
acid
so
pit.
honestly, you could like push a bunch of mud. It would take a while, but not as much as like refilling with dry dirt. I guess.
Are we? Do we have any like idea of like if this caustic foam is like dissipating,
Mm.
like most foam?
Yeah,
does?
it looks like it's dissipating, and also because the pit is muddy, it looks like the sides of the pit are very slowly oozing down.
Oh,
and
okay.
mixing
Oh,
with
neat.
mud.
Oh, that's
so
perfect.
we basically need to cover up enough so that we don't need to fill this entire pit, but like
Fine.
just enough so like the spikes and the
Right.
foam is just.
Oh, I forgot they were spikes. Ugh.
Yeah, we were lucky about the spikes.
I was about to say, I was like, oh, so it's just like an evil water park, but there's spikes.
An evil
Um,
murder park.
Also, like, is Ilaria, like, I'm not gonna rob Ilaria, but does she
Hi, that
have
would be the
any
one thing Rock.
foam
Right.
bombs? Which
It looks like no, they used all of their foam.
Mm.
bombs.
fine.
Yeah.
I won't rob her, but I will disarm her and confiscate her things.
Sure, she's got a crossbow, she's got some extra bolts on her, and she has a long sword and a short sword.
Is
Oh,
it better than my crossbow? I have a light
it's
crossbow.
it's just a standard heavy crossbow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want it.
is she wearing gloves?
She is wearing gloves.
All right, I'm gonna take off her left glove. Is her hand burned?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Oh man, what if
absolutely
it
we
wasn't
know.
though?
Yeah, that would have been confusing.
Oh, she
That
still
would've-
tried to kill you. So.
What if
That's
Jake-
true.
Yeah.
Well, technically, because we like made her uncomfortable first, but
But
We
yes,
saved her
it
first,
It
is
looks
what we
like
did.
there's a burn that's a couple days old there on
Yeah.
her.
I am stealing this crossbow. I mean, confiscating it.
So while they're wrestling her and her unconscious form, Rock will be using a shovel and just like casually throwing dirt into the pit. And while she's doing that, Eliel, so do you know Targanoth and Melanor and Nala?
So you would, Dan. Those are other members of your order who are supposed to. Sherry, I told you she was going to contact them, and you were all going to meet in Tomar's.
Yes, I believe that they are charged to meet at Tomar's Crossing as well.
Oh, so they're all coming. Okay, this is good because we were going to try to find them, but now they're all just. Did you get like a message? Was there like a telegraph or something?
Something like that.
Oh, that's cool. Like a druid funness. Is that a druid thing or is that an undead thing?
A druid thing.
Oh, that's super cool. I'd like to learn about that someday, but maybe later. Okay, so you're all coming to Tomar's Crossing and then what?
Imagine we will be sharing any of the tidbits and lost bits of information regarding the ritual that we've been able to unearth.
The ritual about like the Demonplague, the ritual about the big comet you brought down that killed everybody. Which one?
Yes.
There were a lot.
Yes, that ritual.
The comet thing.
So they didn't bring down the comet; they brought in the glacier.
The glacier.
That
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay,
the comet. No one knows where the comet came from. Seems like it was just a freak thing.
I got mixed up.
The comet undid our work. We are desperately trying to reverse it.
That work was dropping a glacier on a civilization.
To prevent the destruction of the world, yes.
Have you thought about trying again to kill what's the name of the?
I forget his
actual
name
name?
too. Zancrown.
Zancrown. Have you thought about trying to kill Zancrown? That's what we're trying to do.
Fruitless if we can't get everything we need to modify the ritual. He will simply be reborn again.
Oh.
So he needs to die and then be locked in ice.
Eliel kind of furrows his brow. Zencrown is strange. Demons, when their bodies are destroyed, should return to the abyss, but he will not. He is bound here. He will reform here, just as he was, just as powerful and dangerous. The ritual we used to seal him away and lock away the plague could perhaps break his binding.
And then we break it and then we kill him.
While he is destroyed, before he is reformed, then the ritual may be able to drive him back to the abyss, or perhaps destroy him. I don't fully understand what would happen.
But hopefully not another big ice age.
Yeah.
It should not, no.
Okay, good. Then this all sounds good.
That could be done again, but I don't see the value in that.
Agreed. Okay, so what requirements are there for the ritual? You say that things need to be gathered, or?
Oh, it requires many things.
Oh.
It is incredibly
quests.
complex. It will require many spellcasters, each weaving magic from all of the schools of magic. It will require many specific reagents. I have discovered most of them, if not all of them. My research is ongoing. There's quite a list.
We're good at taking care of lists.
We require a jade gauntlet. I have specifications memorized. 5 pounds of mushrooms, rare mushrooms called farangai. A potion of mind reading. A pseudo dragon, live. The claw of a white dragon and the pincer claw of a Glabrizu demon. The skin of a Valak and a weapon laced with powerful magical enhancements.
Well, I know where we can get the claw of a white dragon.
Good.
I think. I don't know what we did with that body of.
We left the
Ross.
body in Fort Kickass.
Okay.
And we said, hey, with the people that are going back to like re-inhabit Fort Kickass, just so you know, you're gonna have to take care of a headless body of a white dragon. So we're gonna have to go find out what the people did with the body.
Yes. Okay.
How fresh must the
I'm sure they keep. As for the other reagents, I know where at least one of them lies close at hand. I have seen a pseudo-dragon in ruins not far from here.
I thought that one would be one of the harder things, but glad you've seen such a thing. Another thing that may be difficult is if we need casters. There are not many casters here. That may be tough
That's
to find.
true. And your priest just died, right?
Yeah.
Your
Although
mentor?
there seems to be there might be others, but
That will be difficult. My order is no longer able to perform in that function, sadly.
we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Is
Call for
this
outside help.
Yeah, do you need a certain number of magic users, or is it the more the merry?
Require a minimum of 8, one for each of the schools of magic. It's possible that more could be supportive.
How knowledgeable of each school does each caster have? Do we need like very strong wizards within each school?
We would require at least someone adept in each school. Apprentices or dabblers would likely be destroyed in the process, as we were.
Okay.
And are these arcane casters or clerical, or does it matter?
James?
It does not matter as long as they are.
Source of the magic is irrelevant as long as the proper weave is maintained.
Do you already have any of this stuff, or do we need to get it all?
I have only been able to locate the pseudo-dragon.
Okay.
Are the other members of your order looking for specific items? Were you in charge of the pseudo dragon and someone else is on mushroom duty, or what was the deal there?
You haven't all met up yet, Dan. Just so you
Oh, okay.
Right. I have not spoken to them. That's where I was on my way.
Cool. Okay. And was this like soon you were supposed to meet at Tomar's Crossing? Like within... I mean, you're already on your way. Was everybody supposed to meet like tomorrow?
There is no specific time, but we were to make our way there.
Okay. Cool. Well, we were going there anyway, so... Right? Weren't we going to Tomar's Crossing next?
Yeah, we were eventually going back to Fort Kickass, but like by way of Tomar's Crossing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
You mentioned the skin of a Valak. What is that? Do I know what that is, James?
So you do know, you, Robert, don't know. You weren't here last time.
Okay.
Valak is the name of people who have been transformed by the Demonplague.
Oh.
They become Valak.
Okay.
So, another word for Demonplague zombie.
Our main man, Ralakai, had one, if I recall, right?
We did have one.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we should get that covered.
Guess we could look for more screaming mouths in the middle of the wilderness.
I like
And let's-
Alvarez's idea. Everybody just take a level of wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, except one
I heard
level.
that destroyed part though, and I'm frankly not feeling it.
Yeah, that's not no.
Oh, there he's a ghost. Fine.
Speaking of Elwarius, Ilaria, let's wake her up. Let's tie her up and wake her up, and let's get some answers on why she tried to kill us and why she keeps trying to kill us.
Cool.
We took all her
So-
stuff.
We did take all her stuff first,
We
yes.
take all over. We're very good at taking stuff.
Was she wearing a hat by chance?
Oh
'Cause
my
my
God.
collection can grow.
Alaria was wearing a like a leather skull sort of protective.
Oh, that's no
Skull
fun.
cap.
I don't want that. Someone else can have it.
What color's her hair?
Her hair is fiery red.
Yeah, let's take it. No, I'm just kidding.
Her hair? Oh my goodness. Was that on the list? Fiery red hair? I think it was. We should take it just to be safe.
Yeah, I had to fit in evil. In
So-
we're running out of time.
So as you're talking about this, Alaria's eyes slowly start to open.
Isabel like kneeling beside her. It's awesome.
She groans.
I got the flip flop ready.
I got the scary knife ready.
Oh,
I'm just
good,
gonna
you
stand
kept
there
me
and be-
alive.
Yeah, I'm
Great.
just gonna stand there and be Eric Cochran lie detector. If at any point I think she's lying, I want to know.
Cool.
Eliel will just kind of fold his arms, tuck his hands into the threadbare sleeves of his robe, and just sort of float about 6 inches off the ground, nearby, watching. Not really.
Oh my
move.
gosh. I know what Isabel is doing actually. She's kneeling beside her, but she's combing out her hair. Combing
Oh,
out.
that is a
That's
creepy thing to
Ilaria's
wake
hair.
up to.
It is creepy,
That's-
but like, have you ever had? No, you haven't. Lauren, have you ever had your mom brush your hair when she's mad at you?
No, I've had this for a very long time.
Never
But
mind.
I know what you're getting at. Oh.
I will say she is freaked out
Good.
when she wakes up between the ghost and the hair brushing and the dagger. It's not a good scene, and she looks almost unhappy that she's lived through this ordeal.
She should be unhappy. We're all unhappy.
Mm.
We're very.
No one is happy.
Rock does take a moment to look over at the ghost and be like, "That is so cool," and then back to Ilaria.
Oh, she rolls over and she sees the ghost and she says, "Oh, good, I am in hell. That's
Ha.
what this is, right? You guys killed me. Now we're all in hell together."
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and jerk her hair back.
Ah,
Feel like, oh, you've got some tangles. Have you been taking care of this?
why? Okay.
Ilaria, just answer some questions for us, and we'll take you back to Tomar's Crossing. Number one, did Bajan send you to kill us?
Go back to Tomar's Crossing. With you, I'm already dead.
She's gonna hear a very loud
Okay.
snip.
Just answer questions instead of dodging questions. Why? Okay, fine. New question. Why will you be dead if you go back to Tomar's Crossing?
If you agree to let me go after this, I'll answer all the questions you want.
I'm gonna toss some of her cut hair onto her chest.
Well, we're giving you a disguise in the meantime. So
Sure,
that
go ahead,
may
make
be-
an intimidation check.
No, it'll
Go
look
ahead,
good.
Keep going, Rain.
It's persuasion. It's gonna look good.
Okay.
I'm kidding. It's intimidation. My persuasion is garbage. 18.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah, you have advantage, but that's fine.
Oh, I
you're
didn't
good.
roll with advantage. Wait.
I
Do
mean,
it, do
you're
it.
being backed up by
21?
every- Sure. She looks at her hair and her eyes go wide, and she looks at the ghost and she says, "Look, if you're going to kill me, just make it quick. I didn't want to do this. You saved my life, but my uncle, he's powerful still. He still knows people, and he can still see to it that people are hurt if things don't go his way. Yes. I came out here to kill you for Bajalin.
Yay! That's what we wanted to hear. So here's the plan. You're going to come with us back to Tomar's Crossing. You're going to tell everyone what you told us, and then maybe we'll kill Bajalin. That seems fitting. Or put him on trial or whatever. I'm not afraid of him. Is anyone here afraid of him? I look at you, my party.
Who else does Bajalin know that you are so scared of?
Yeah, we just kicked your ass. Why aren't you more afraid of us?
Will you let me live?
Why don't you persuade us
Yeah,
that you are worth keeping alive?
You're not really in a position to continually try and barter with us.
I'm gonna give her bangs.
But I'm also, if you take me back to Tomar's Crossing, my best chance of living is to keep my mouth shut about my uncle.
I mean, you can say the thing that we're asking you to say, then disappear into the night. I'll help funnel you out of the city if you want, town. Like, I'll protect you until you leave the town. We just need your testimony.
I need protection outside of the town, too.
But if you already want to leave, like, right?
Right, but if I go now, I'll get a head start. If I go back to town, he'll know I'm alive still. If I leave now, you can claim that you killed me.
If you come back to town with us and we take down Bajalin, then you will have no one to be afraid of anymore.
I think taking down Bajalin is not as easy as you think. If it were as easy as getting up and speaking the truth, he would have been taken down already.
Well, then tell us more. Tell us why. Tell us what's going on so we can go do the thing that makes it so you don't have to go run for your life forever.
He has people everywhere, not just here in the valley. He has connections outside, all up and down the Sword Coast. There's no place that's safe to go.
Yeah, but if he is dead or imprisoned, then what can he do?
You're going to murder him for me?
For you, no. For us, yes.
Well, then let me know how it goes, and I'll come back to town when you have.
No, you're a prisoner. You come with us.
She looks around and she nods.
Oh, she looked around. These bangs are crooked.
Do we think she's telling the truth about what she said?
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does
that's
seem like she's telling the truth. That she is very scared of her uncle, and she's very scared of you. So
Well,
she
not the
knows
scared part,
it's
but
bad
about...
cop.
Not the scared part, but about her uncle
Connections?
telling her to kill us.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
James, do I know who this Bajalin is?
You don't. I mean, you might know that he's the guy who leads Tomar's Crossing. In your over 1,000 years of existence, you've seen people come and go.
They really blur
so-
together.
Yeah, exactly. So this is just, and this guy's a human, you know, super short-lived compared to ghosts.
Yep. So I'm
Who
shocked he's
are
not already
alive,
dead.
technically, according to 5th edition rules. But yeah, so yeah, you have heard of him, but like, and even Tomar's Crossing itself was sort of like a nothing village. It's like 150 people. There were much bigger settlements here in the valley that have sprung up since you dropped the glacier. So yeah.
So is it still that small, or is it bigger now?
It is much bigger because all of the people who were displaced by the glacier being destroyed have come to Tomar's Crossing. Tomar's Crossing was on a mountain that poked above the glacier, so it was the only settlement that survived.
Got it.
So a lot of people have come there since
Okay. Cool.
What else do we need to know in order to make sure that Bajalin can't hurt you or anybody else?
Well,
What?
if you are so confident that you can take him out, if you let me stay with you at all times until my uncle is dealt with, then I'll feel confident speaking out against him.
Well, yeah, we're going to go back to town now. We'll speak out against him as soon as we get back, and he will be taking... It makes no sense to go back and dilly-dally and let him know that we're still alive. We go back and we do this right away.
But then you need to let me stay with you after I speak out.
That's, yeah, fine. We'll protect you in the meantime, and we'll we have friends in the city as well. Strong friends, the refugees. They'll listen to us. They'll give us aid if we have to protect you.
Then I guess I have no other choice.
No, not really.
No, not really.
And she looks relieved and then touches her hair, and like her hands are shaking a little bit.
Glad you made the right decision.
She did make the right decision, and her hair looks so good.
How far away are we from Toma's Crossing? Like, how much? What's the distance?
You're still about a day away. And Eliel, you know that your pseudo dragon stop is on the way there.
Oh, okay. Oh,
How are we gonna
we have a prisoner.
multitask?
Yeah.
She doesn't seem as amenable as our last prisoner.
No.
Gorf will just
We've
keep
taken
wrapped around her.
a lot of prisoners.
Yeah. Gorf, we just wrap her up with Gorf.
Oh,
She says,
yeah.
I can help you. I'm good at fighting.
Nah.
Obviously not as good at you, but
You literally just tried to kill us.
But
you
Grant
keep talking
Ellington
about-
also tried to kill us.
And
true.
she also keeps talking about trying to get out of here and not go back to town. So
Yeah, we'll just have. we'll have Gorf
as
smother her.
this discussion is going on, Eliel will just sort of, without move, he doesn't like move his feet or anything when he walks. He just sort of floats and he drifts over near the woman that they're interrogating, fixes his little burning green gaze on her, and I need her to make a charisma saving throw.
okay.
this is so cool.
Natural one.
Oh, wow.
So
Yes.
Eliel's eyes flash, and then he just sort of dives into her body, and she shudders, and her eyes flash that same green for a second, and then blinks, and he kind of looks around at all of you, and says in her voice, "It's been a long time since I took a breath."
Do you have all of
this-
her memories and stuff?
No, absolutely
Oh,
not. I'm merely
alright.
puppeting her body. Be aware that she is aware of everything that she sees and hears, but this will at least keep her from causing any mischief.
That is so
Very cool.
cool.
Yeah.
If you wish me to release her at any time, I can.
Cool.
No, she's great like this.
Yeah.
Enjoy your new Ruby Rose undercut.
I
No,
don't know
this
what that is, but I
That's
assume
okay.
it's
Look it up
stuff.
later.
No, this is great. Then Gorf doesn't have to. Oh wait,
Yeah.
like has Gorf recovered yet? Is Gorf even still animated or anything?
It's been a short rest, so we'll say that Gorf has a hit point back, and it's
Yay.
Yay!
able to move very slowly, sort of like an animal that is exhausted.
Aw.
But Gorf is there. So yeah, Dan, Alaria uses the veteran stat block. in case
Oh,
that
nice.
Comes up.
Cool. But she's
So-
only got like one hit point at the moment, I believe.
at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll like try to stand up, and or wait, she's tied up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
So he'll kind of hold out her hands
Yeah.
and say, if you could.
Scary dagger, cutting those ropes off.
So he stands up and pain. Oh, all right. I'll need to take it easy. If she is injured any more than this, yes, we'll have to be
Oh.
careful.
How
we
long?
we can help you with that.
Oh yes, yes. Torsten can help. And how long can you be inside her like that?
As long as I wish, or until she suffers sufficient injury.
That's so cool.
What if she dies? Can you inhabit the dead body as well?
No.
Okay.
That'd be creepy.
I'm just checking.
So she just kind of looks over
It's
and just,
creepy as it
and
is.
just kind of blinks at Rock and then tilts her head the way the ghost did.
Nice. And
I'm
where is
okay with this because it's in my favor.
Where's the pseudo dragon at that you saw?
The pseudo dragon is in a ruin, a place that was used by an ancient order of wizards known as the Eye of Mistra. I had been combing through their library and research as well as I could. It's taken up a roost inside the library.
Have I heard of this place, James?
No. So this might be one of the ruins that was uncovered by the melt. But you know that there were other civilizations before the glacier came, and one of those civilizations was a human civilization. So the Eye of Mistra is likely related to them.
So when you mentioned a wizard society or wizard academy or whatever, Torsten gets super excited, and he's like, "How far away is this? Can we get there now?"
It's on the way to Tomar's Crossing. I was actually on my way there to try and recover the pseudo dragon. And she sort of pinches her brows together and says, "Somehow, this is much more convenient. If you wouldn't mind, I might like to take a little rest just to make sure that this body isn't broken unexpectedly."
Yeah.
So if we can take a short rest, I'll spend some of her hit dice to
Definitely
recover.
She takes the average Dan was using for her max.
Sure.
During this rest, I will try and pull Isabel aside away from Torsten and Rock.
That's okay. Rock is also going to take a short rest.
If you guys are busy doing other things. Subtly, I might add, and just say, Isabel, Bajalian continues to try and kill us and get away with it. This does not seem fair to me. Does it seem fair to you?
As you're talking to her, she's like holding up Ilaria's red hair to her own red hair and is kind of like,
They both look good.
They both look good?
Yeah.
You think? And she just like gathers the hair up in a bag and like she's gonna have it taken to the wig shop
For later.
Mama needs a new weave. I'm sorry. Yes. And so he'll say that about Bajalen, and she'll kind of think on it, and well, he hasn't exactly been acting in good faith, has he?
No, the opposite of good faith.
We have given him several chances.
Too many, one might argue.
One might argue that.
Maybe something should be done about him. Maybe the two of us can do something about him. Not everybody else has to know about it.
Boy, a murder plot.
It would be best if we did it before the elections.
Agreed.
And one good plot deserves another, okay, James? He's done like 3 murder
He
plots
does,
against us.
yes. And it would be good if it was not an obvious murder. It would be good.
Yeah, it would be good, but now this is sounding like very assassination-y. And I'm like, I'm okay with that if the opportunity presents itself.
Good. You and I are on the same page regarding this.
Maybe if he can be goaded into attacking us publicly first.
Self-defense would definitely be a better option. But he's very crafty, so I don't know that he necessarily would attack us himself.
Well, he's running out of minions.
He is, but they're still scared of him.
So, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Are you two done? So,
I think so. I think I just wanted to get someone else who agrees with me. And
discreetly
also
plan a murder.
Yeah,
Got it.
my alignment is shifting, and I see that Isabel's has as well.
I'm over with Torsten and our new ghost friend, and I'm like, Torsten, so you're really excited about like old musty books?
Well, yeah, and whatever else we find in there.
Well, and pseudo dragon too, but you seemed really excited about like the place with old books.
Yeah, who knows what else there is besides books? I guess.
What's true?
Are you a wizard?
I am, and as well as a follower of Eldath.
Oh.
Cleric.
He is multi-talented.
Yes, I see that. The Ilaria nods sort of in approval and continues like bandaging up her wounds. And so yeah, so after the short rest, I'm going to burn 7 of her 9 hit dice, and she'll be at full health. So.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, I burned 1 and got myself close enough. Rock will have one more question while the two of them are off conspiring, which Rock will.
That's a strong
I'm
term.
assuming Rock will notice, but is not going to actively be listening.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
with a 19 perception, it's kind of impossible for me not to notice them wander off. But
Sure.
Matchmaker
gonna-
stuff.
yeah, she's like, they gotta talk. So this, I don't know what a pseudo dragon is. Is it like a dragon, but like not a dragon? What is it?
It's a very small dragon. It's perhaps the size of a large cat.
Oh,
They are not like other dragons you may have fought. They don't breathe fire or lightning or any of those terrible things. They have a venomous stinger, though, so be careful.
Are they intelligent like other dragons, or are they more
Not
cat-like?
like other dragons, but yes,
oh, so we can talk with it.
yes.
And,
And-
what part of the ritual will this thing take it? Like, we don't have to
Do
kill
we
it.
have to
do
kill it? Yeah.
James?
So the ritual will actually consume the pseudo.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
be
the
difficult.
creature will be destroyed in the ritual.
This might be difficult to convince.
I would recommend not telling it that.
That's not something I can do in good faith.
That's not something I can do at all.
I hate to use this term, guys, but greater good. I think this is a greater good kind of situation.
Maybe the
So did
pseudo-
they when they dropped the whole
I
place.
know, but this is not a. I mean, you know, well, in the life
Calm
of
down,
one pseudo
Ralakai.
dragon. All right.
maybe this is something we can convince the pseudo dragon of. We tell
It's like a
maybe
noble
noble
effort.
sacrifice.
If it is their own choice, then that is a different story. Yes.
Our
Ilariel says, however you feel comfortable doing it, just know that if you do not, then the demon plague will never stop.
Okay, good. Okay, are pseudo dragons like, you know, dragons sometimes are good or evil? Do pseudo dragons have a specific?
They are capricious creatures.
Yes, I know what that word means. Yes, gotcha. Given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood and behavior is, of course, what that means.
Rain pulls out a tiny little pocket.
Right.
Like, yes, I know what that means. Well, we won't know what our course of action is until we find it and talk with it first.
There you go. We'll play it by ear.
Yes.
But I'm going to fashion a cage just in case.
So you're trying to you want to make a cage out of something then, Rain?
Yeah, I lived in the woods. I was a hermit for a long time.
Cool. So you're able to find some, foliage and sticks and stuff, and you're able to shape that into a pretty decent cage.
Yeah, take 20 on cage making.
And you all, healed and stuff, begin to make your way off to the temple. Dan, one
Yo.
thing you notice about Ilaria is she's just sort of quiet. Typically when you're sharing a body, you might be able to like hear somebody. They might try to rail against it, but it seems like she just sort of submitted to you and has received it herself, almost relieved that something else is controlling her.
Is making the decisions now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And as you were able to lead everybody to what is essentially a bunch of muddy stones in a circle that appears to be about 10 feet. It looks like this was like like a 10-foot radius circle. Looks like this was the base of some sort of tower. And there is then a trap door, a stone trap door that leads to stairs going down. What you immediately notice is that this trapdoor is open at the moment, which it was not the last time you were here, and looks like, something came wrong and opened this thing.
So Ilariel will kind of frown and say, "That's never been opened before. That's not good."
Well, one less thing I have to try to unlock.
Do we see any, in the mud around it? Do we see any tracks?
So on the first stair and on the subsequent stairs going down, you do see some actually big clawed footprints. They look like big 3 toes, big claws, something with dinosaur-sized feet made its way down these steps, and you don't see muddy footprints leading back up.
Does the pseudo dragon have feet like this?
No, that foot is larger than the pseudo dragon.
Oh. Well, this is exciting.
They're gonna be undead bears in here too, James.
It sounds like undead T-Rexes, actually.
Yeah.
No, that's worse.
Suddenly we're in.
Yes.
Can we give a listen? Do we
Welcome
hear
to
anything?
Schultz.
Yeah,
Do
do we
we
hear
down
anything?
the stairs?
Yeah, go ahead. Everybody can make a perception check if you want to listen at the trap door.
13.
I hate this.
That's a 21.
I have a 10.
I also have a 10.
So, Eliel, you know it's a long way down. Like, the stairs wind down a bit and then go off into these library halls. So you can't hear anything except rock. You can. You hear very faintly what sounds like someone angrily talking to something in a language I don't think you understand. What languages do you speak?
Common, Aran, Aarakocran, and Draconic.
Yep. No, you don't understand this
Oh.
language, but you can hear someone. Sounds like they are very angry. And then all of you, after listening for a moment, hear like a crash. That sounds like something loud and heavy has been knocked over.
Oh, that crash! There was like arguing going on. Someone is very unhappy with each other.
And then you all hear a loud roar, like a roar, come from below there.
That's one of the people that was very angry.
That sounded like a bookshelf getting knocked over. We should go save the books.
Good priorities.
It's like,
So we enter. Everybody
Okay.
gets inspiration here.
Oh,
Ooh.
Isabel wants to go in, but TK's kind of like, I don't know. Let's let them sort it out. It sounds like they're in the middle of something. And
Torsten wants books. Torsten gets books. Rock's going down.
okay. What's y'all ship name?
She will try to sneak.
Okay.
Hey, I like that.
Who else is going down?
Team Stealth. Or-
Himself.
okay.
How dark is it?
It is totally dark. Pitch
Well,
black.
that
Oh,
sucks.
I can't
All
see
right.
anything then.
So, team dark vision.
Yeah, Team Stealth takes one step and goes,
yeah.
How about I walk behind you? You could still be in
Betrayed by what
front.
we thought was our closest ally.
I know.
All right. So go ahead, give me a marching order here.
Isabel's in front.
Okay.
actually, Rock will. So this is so you've said like stairway going down into a room. I'm assuming
Yeah,
you've told
so
us
it's a
like what.
circular stairway going down.
And how wide is it?
The circular stair.
Yeah.
It's wide enough for you to go single file. Not
Okay.
very wide.
Rock will actually take the lead because she's like, it's dark, but I can feel the sides of the walls, and I'll just be careful and let me go first.
Question: does Ilaria have any like equipment or adventuring gear, like backpack, supplies, that sort of thing?
Yeah, she would definitely have a backpack that has food and
So-
torches and things.
So
like
she has
that.
like an explorer's pack, something like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Torsten will, since Alari's with us too, and I assume you need a light. I will cast. What am I casting? Dancing lights.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you've got those lights going.
Yeah, so Rock will go first if there's like just enough light to see. Keep it back, keep it back. I'll try to sneak ahead.
Quick
Yeah.
question: Does Ilaria look like she's wearing a lot of armor and things?
Oh yeah,
like that?
she's wearing splint mail, I believe.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to, where would you say?
A scale of 1 to loud as hell.
I was gonna say 1 to 20. How much armor would you say?
She settles about on a 17.
Okay, that's fine. So it's okay if she brings up the rear then. That's fine. I don't want to put like any squishy,
No, yeah, she'll cover the rest.
any soft-skinned individuals.
So she
Okay, that's
draws a long sword in one hand and a short sword in the other, and we'll follow along behind you.
All right, awesome. So Isabel will follow behind Rock just because Isabel can't be surprised, and she's got dark vision. So I assume Rock then Isabel, or
Rain, how about you? Where do you want to be?
I don't have dark vision, so I'll be third.
And then I guess I'll go after, and then following up with Ilaria.
gotta make an
Plan.
armor class sandwich.
Ilaria is human, right?
Yep. Oh, okay.
No dark vision here either. Then I would appreciate one of those light blobs.
Yeah.
And you can make them dim, right, with dancing lights.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So less likely to give us away, not
Yeah.
our tromping armor clad.
So you all start making your way down, and as you do, you can hear this muttered, angry whispering from this unearthly voice coming out of here. Do any of you speak Abyssal?
I do.
Okay.
I suspect that I might, although I don't think we hashed out my languages.
Oh, sure. Yeah, definitely. I think that would make sense that you would speak.
I was thinking Common, Druidic, Abyssal.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to. So both of you can hear this voice saying, "God damn it, this was supposed to be the easy one. I can't believe it. Get the fucking Feldrasana. Gotta make sure that she never." And as you come down the steps, all of you see, just faintly at the edge of your vision, this hulking figure. First, you come into a library. There are these shelves of books. One has crashed over, and there are books scattered everywhere. Standing in front of it is this monstrous creature, super powerful. It has these two enormous arms that end in pincers, like huge pincers. And then it also has two smaller human arms coming out of its midsection. It's got a huge, almost lizard-like maw coming out of its head with horns that come back. And it is looking up at a crack in the wall that is up high. And you can see just back in this crack, there are two little gleaming eyes looking down at this thing as it's like shaking its fist up. Everybody make a stealth check.
Is this thing a Valok? Does it look like the one that we saw?
It has Valak-like features, but it is bigger than the Valak you saw, and it doesn't look undead the way Valak did.
I close my eyes immediately.
Gotcha. Okay.
Isabel, you go
it
first.
is, I would say, Eliel, you know what this is.
Oh yeah.
And I think you, Dan, know what this is. So
I do indeed.
yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, everybody, go ahead and make a stealth check.
I got a 5. Gentleman's 5.
So
Okay,
did I.
never mind. Everybody, you're fine.
I got 25. Does that help?
I got a 4.
No group checks.
Yeah. Oh, sure. We can make a group check. Go ahead. Rain
Yeah,
and-
what if?
A 4, a 5, and a 5, I think, fails us.
All right, so
yeah, Gorf got a 3.
Oh,
Very good.
all right,
got an 18.
Morph is just excited to be here.
Team Stealth
like-
is holding it down at least.
What'd you
Well,
get,
that's
Rain?
kind of the
18.
point. Well,
Yeah, 18 and a 25. And we're
Yeah.
well, I'm at the front.
Yeah,
I
but
believe
Can't
check-
But
see.
I can't be surprised.
Oh.
No
That's
surprise round.
That's good. There's no, well, yeah, no surprise round for you either. This thing turns around, and in your mind, you all hear in whatever your native language is, this thing say to you, like just this overwhelming feeling of hate first comes through, and this thing says, well, you're already here. I guess it's time for a little fun. And it like chunk 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 chunk. It's pictures. Everybody roll initiative.
Nice. And Torsten just kind of points and goes, "Glabberzoo." That's probably what my awesome stealth was.
Whoa, it's a
Oh, you say
collaborative.
that?
Probably, yeah.
Excellent. So Rock, for a second, has misunderstood and was going to grab her dice set, and then hears that and goes, "Oh, we need that." Okay, and so yeah.
So what'd you get, Torsten?
12.
Okay. What did you get, Rain?
9.
Okay. What did you get, Elorial?
14.
Ilaria.
La 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 la.
Ilaria.
What did you get, Rock?
18.
Okay. And how about you, Isabel?
Got an 8.
Okay. Rock,
But you're
going
not
first.
surprised.
But I'm
What
not
do you-
surprised.
Want to do?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you want to do? It's your turn.
Oh, okay, so how you said this is a large library room. How tall are the ceilings? Are there bookshelves? What's
Ceiling's 15 feet tall. There are bookshelves. They line the walls, and then there's also rows of bookshelves too. The bookshelves on the wall go all the way up to the ceiling. The other bookshelves go up about 10 feet.
Okay. Rock's gonna, and this thing is like in the middle of the room ish. Okay. And Rock's going to move her speed kind of along the wall, along the side. She's going to basically fly 50 feet, kind of circling this thing. And then it needs to make a deception check.
Oh. The first thing I rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
Uh,
brr, brr.
That's
Is that
23
4?
total.
So
Jeez.
let me see what I get. Let's see.
I think it's 3. That was 3, right?
I think that was 4th.
This is 4th.
Yeah.
I got 21.
Ah, too tricky for you.
For the moment. I will try again shortly. Okay. So yeah, she like peers at this thing, and it's so alien to anything she's ever encountered that she's like, I can't tell where it's going to move. But she will try to shoot it anyway.
Gotcha. Go for it.
But that's not gonna hit. I rolled a 2. So she's like totally distracted by how alien this creature is, because I don't think she's ever seen a creature from the Nine Hells. So it goes wide.
Oh, he's so insulted. He's from the abyss. And
She just assumes she's like demon. But yeah, she'll circle all the way around to like the other side of him.
when you do that, it turns and it utters a word of power in a terrible language, and you become stunned.
Oof.
I don't even get a save?
Nah, that's not how power word stun works. It's just, you have less than 150 hit points, right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
a few. I mean, I did heal up, so I'm up to 50.
Cool. So you're stunned. You get to make a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn
All right.
to save. So you crash land here.
Well, I'm not flying. I basically I basically flew over to that area and then landed because the
Gotcha.
ceiling's only 15 feet. So
Right. So yeah. So you are stunned here, and that is where I think we're gonna need to call it for this session of the Demonplague, as this thing stands
Great.
over Rock. Chink, 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 chink.
well, wait, did it walk up to me too? It's next to me?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. All right. Well, I'll come with another character next round.
That is the end of its turn. So just so you know. Yeah, thank you. First, thank you all for watching. Thank you to Dan so much.
Yay! Thank you, Dan.
Thank you so much for having me. This is a blast.
Yeah. So we are going to give some stuff out. Remember, if you enter !Happy 2019 in the chat, you could win a free PDF. So while y'all are doing that, let's go around the table, let people know where they can find you. Dan, let's start with you.
Sure. The place you can probably find me most easily these days is on Twitter. I'm at Dan_Dillon_1, hiding in plain sight. Love to talk D&D and come and chat. I'm also a moderator on the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Facebook group, the giant one with like 130,000 members. We love talking D&D on there, so come and check us out.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dan.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is great.
appreciate it. This was awesome. And Rudy, where can people find you?
Hey, head to don'tsplitthepodcastnetwork.com to hear me on many I guess a couple podcasts, but you'll hear lots of really neat podcasts at don'tsplitthepodcastnetwork.com. You can follow me on Twitter as well, at Rudy Basso. This show is a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to it with some sound effects and music, it comes out every Wednesday. Check it out, iTunes or your podcatcher app of choice.
Excellent. Robert, where can people find you?
Hey, you can find me at on Twitter at Radu76. You can find me in the same Facebook group as Dan. I've also we also started a Facebook group on Facebook called 5e Adventure Academy. Dan is one of our experts where we talk about D&D with a lot of experts that create adventures, create content, create all kinds of stuff for Dungeons & Dragons. So if you're interested in creating stuff professionally, definitely check that out. It's called 5e Adventure Academy.
Excellent. And where can people find you, Lauren?
Oh, hi, I'm Lauren. You might know me as Obo Crazy. You can find me online on Twitter as Obo Crazy. I am the community manager for
D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond.
Yes, I know. I like this shirt. I wanted to show off the shirt. I'm also the DM for Dungeon Drunks, which is another podcast that you can listen to on Mondays on your favorite podcasting app. And the next couple of weeks, I'm kind of off for gigs for Obo because it is January, but I will be at PodCon next weekend in Seattle. I am just attending for fun. So if you are in the Seattle area, yeah, PodCon. I'm going to go see a lot of really awesome podcast people and talk to them about the wonders of D&D Beyond and hang out and maybe eat some sushi. So if you are coming, definitely let me know. And that's it.
Awesome. TK, where can people find you?
It's me. It's TK. I write spooky stories on the internet. If you like spooky stories, you can check them out. tkjwrites.com. You can follow me on Twitter. TK joins the fray. Pretty soon I'm going to be posting up my schedule for the games that I am in because it's a few.
You're a little busy.
Yeah. So I think by February it'll be something like 7 streamed games a week, which is fine. I'll just do 3 jobs. It's fine. I am excited though because the ones that I'm going to talk about are the 2 premieres coming out this Friday. One for Scraticus, Perfection's Shadow, which is Modifius Star Trek adventure. I'll be playing Amat Val, a little ensign, little baby ensign. And on Friday night, I will be DMing for the first time on stream, not counting that one time I did it, on the D&D channel for Tales from the Mists. We're very excited. We've done a lot of very cool things leading up to it. So that's it. That's all I have to say by my book. Goodbye.
I'm excited to see Tales from the Mist.
Thank you. I'm excited to see it too. I hope it doesn't suck.
It's going to be awesome. Everyone should totally check it out.
So I've been on a break and I totally forgot. You mind if I plug my live stream game too?
Do it.
So we're getting back into the swing of things tonight on The World Tree Burns. It's a Midgard 5th edition D&D live stream game run on the Encounter Roleplay Twitch channel. So that's happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. Check that out. Dan is amazing. The Midgard campaign setting is amazing, and he's got a great cast. So you're going to want to watch that. You're going to want to watch Tales from the Mist. You're going to want to listen to Dungeon Drunks, and you're going to want to go join the 5e Adventure Academy. You're also going to want to smash that follow button up there. A lot of new people in chat today, so please, if you can, follow us. Thank you so much. Go check out the podcast at don'tsplittthepodcastnetwork.com, where there's tons of other awesome podcasts, including 5th edition actual plays like Dames&Dragons and Venture Maidens. And guess what? The Demonplague is an adventure you can buy. You can check out more at roleplayingtips.com/Demonplague. It's available on DriveThruRPG as well. And we are going to give away a PDF copy of it right now. So, Rudy, who gets the
Here
PDF
we go. Rolling the thing. Congratulations. Bab Bites.
Baba Bites.
Baba Bites.
Expect from Rudy Basso a sweet private message.
Yes.
For your email and everything. So we'll send that
Light
to
up
you.
in those DMs.
We got to give away some more though.
We
right?
do. Let's get some more stuff away. What's this going to be, James?
Let's give away the Planet of Tarrasques. Invasion from the Planet of Tarrasques.
Invasion from the Planet of Tarrasques goes to Zoltar81.
Woo! Zoltar81 will be in touch. All right. We need to give away some more PDFs. I'm putting the cast on the spot here because I know they've said they want to give stuff.
Yeah, let's give a copy of Curtain Call away, an Eberron adventure I wrote.
Let's
with
Curtain Call, a fine Eberron adventure.
Woo.
Really, really good stuff written by Robert and Wayne Chang and Keith
And
Baker,
Keith
creator of Eberron.
Ooh, curtain call goes to Polaris 63.
Woo! Yes,
Nice.
excellent. And we've got one more giveaway.
We could do Samhain.
Yes,
Free
let's do
copy of
Samhain.
Samhain. Strix themed comic book by me and Kayla Klein.
It is sad.
Yeah, it is. Crack.
Very sad.
And real good.
But
Real
beautiful.
good and real sad. So
Delicious
let's give that
news.
away.
Crack.
Boom.
Goes to Captain DeLugo.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yes. So we'll be doing more giveaways whenever we roll a natural 20. Tell your friends because we've got lots of awesome coming. But for now, I think that is going to be it. We'll see you next week. And remember, don't let the demons bite.
Eh.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.